I'm still waiting for YouTube to catch up. Well, good morning. Second day of February. Yeah. You feeling it yet? If you're not, get your coffee and get your blankie if you're cold and get ready for it. Well, good morning, everybody. Caught me eating breakfast. Sorry. All right, it's the 2nd of February, and let's see what my temperature's saying. Currently 69 degrees, sunny. Supposed to get up to 90 degrees. Now, you haters, don't be jealous if you got snow and it's snowing and it's cold and windy. It's not my fault. I don't control the weather. So, hold on. Good morning, everybody. If you haven't watched Nash News, you haven't heard it on the radio or anything else, yeah. We'll cover that topic in a minute. I was planning to go live at 9 o'clock this morning, but I got a call about 8:45. I was setting up the stream, and fortunately, I had to help a neighbor out. They were in a bad way, and I had to go over there to help them out. And now I'm here. So I was finishing up my breakfast. Spicy chicken tacos. I made that crock pot recipe, and yeah, I got tons of leftovers. I gotta freeze some today before it starts going bad. But glad you could join me. Hey, Mike. Good morning. Check your email. I think I sent you an email already. But yeah, a lot of news. A lot of people are. Yeah. As the world blames Trump, the world's just got to get over it. As you know, the human race does not like change, and that's what's happening. They're going to have to change. Hey, good morning, Mike.
Morning, Trust. Morning, everyone that's not in shit right now. Hope you're all doing good.
Yeah, they're all lurking. I think they're fixing their coffees. I didn't warn them. It's going to be a cold one today.
It's going to
90
be
degrees here, man. I don't know how I'm going to handle it. Well, hello, Miss Lady Daggerstead. It's good to see you.
Hello, Lady D. Good morning. Yeah, 90 degrees. It's -5 right now, and it's all ice outside. It's awful.
Yeah, I think Lady D probably got a little bit of cold also. I don't know. Did you, Lady D? Just got done with breakfast and sat down. Well, kick your feet up. How's that song go? Take off your shoes and sit right down. And I don't know any of the rest of it. Grab your watermelon and gobble it down. But Lady D says it's cold but hot in here. I turned the heat on.
Yeah, the tractor dude never ended up showing up yesterday,
Oh man.
so I had to manually move it back because the battery's dead. I tried jumping it; needs a new battery. It's got to be serviced. And I would have just left it in the garage where it was for them to pick it up Monday, but we're getting a snowstorm tonight, so it's like,
Now, Lady D says it's 26, feels like 19. Well, for all y'all non-believers, when trust tells you something, because I read the numbers, I don't I don't listen to mainstream media. But even the groundhog got smart. It is only the second year for this bill since the last bill passed away and this one replaced him. So this is only the second year they don't have experience. And found out the groundhog watches my thing and he agreed with me when he saw the shadow. It's going to be a long winter.
good
So
morning,
all y'all
Pappy Two
prepare for me
Bears.
for it. Oh, hey, Poppy Two Bears. Good morning.
Lady D, it's -5 degrees here right now, and the whole my whole yard's all ice. I think I'm gonna take a video later and post it and show you how icy it is, and it's awful.
Yeah. Well, Mike, I got a little bit of advice for you. Back away from the freezer. Close the door. It won't be so cold. No, not all advice is given on this stream is valid, so please check with professionals. It's only our opinion or for humor. So, yeah, back to Mike. What'd you have for breakfast this morning, Mike?
I had a fried bologna and cheese sandwich with mustard, 2 hard-boiled eggs, some olives, a pickle, and a Dr. Pepper.
Ah,
How about you?
I just finished my 3 spicy chicken tacos and a nice tall glass of Dr. Pepper that I'm still drinking. So
Oh,
I already had my coffee for the day, so I had to switch to Dr. Pepper at least before I go to water the rest of the day. And I was still trying to figure out what am I going to do in 90 degrees. Man, has been 90 here in a long time.
yeah, I'm on water right now until later on tonight with my dinner. I thought you said you might go fishing today, yesterday.
Yeah, but I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. I probably won't stream until maybe Thursday. I got to look at all my appointments. I found out I got appointments all this week. Well, not all this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I do. So, and none of them are telephone appointments. So that kind of blows. If they're telephone appointments, I can work around them. But Papa Two Bears says I never eat coffee. I use high octane coffee. Yeah, Poppy, I used to do that, but now they have to go in for uppers and lowers and all that probing stuff. I've learned I'm just gonna have to eat breakfast.
So no more lives next week until Thursday then.
Yeah, probably till Thursday. I'm gonna try to put the list out on the community page sometime this evening. If I'll put Monday closed, Tuesday closed, Wednesday live stream and what time and all that. But
Okay, yeah, because I was going to talk to you about that. If you're going live tomorrow, the only way I'd be able to be on if it was like after 11 or high. If you did a high noon, because I got stuff I got to do in the morning. I'm not going to be back here till about 11:30. So that
now,
works
now
out then.
change it, change it. This is more important. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. No. Let's see how you are. How dare you have a life in this world called life? And tell me to change my times when I can't even broadcast.
So that works out then. So that's cool.
Yeah. So I was watching interviews, right?
Yeah.
And I think I figured out where the Mexican president freaking learned how to speak English. Because she was saying, well, we have a plan A, and we have a plan B, and we have plan C. I think she's been hacking into American television and watching Sesame Street.
We
Okay,
we,
because,
we gotta wait
huh?
15 minutes. We have to wait 15 minutes before we can start talking about stuff, right? Because I don't want to get your channel in trouble.
Well, it's just the way you say it. So, yeah, in
I'll,
Canada,
I'll wait another. I'll wait
notice,
another.
huh?
I'll wait another 10 minutes.
Okay. And in Canada, they did put something on Main Street. Yeah, I'm trying to get it to pop up so to show it. Oh, wait, something just came here. 1970s rock legend Bruce Howell has died. His picture doesn't look familiar, but I'm pretty sure his music will. He was a veteran bassist, Australian 70s rock band fraternity, known for performing alongside AC/DC, Bon Scott, and Cold. That's where the name sounds familiar. With Bon Scott. Yeah. Oh, sad. He was seven. No, what was he said? He was 77.
Oh, and please, everyone in chat, go over to Trust's shorts and watch his latest short he put up. Because guess what national day it is today? It's National Tater Tot Day.
Yeah. I was going to hit on it, but I'm glad you hit on it because you're the food chef. So, yeah. Have you some tater tots. But I don't know. Lady Dagger says, I still don't know who that is. He played with AC/DC. The fill in afterwards until they got the whole band when Bon Scott, the original singer, was performing with them. And let's see. There's 12 states with winter warnings. You get up to 36 inches of snow. Lady D, do your part and take at least 12 inches. Yeah. I don't want to hear you complaining. No woman should complain about 12 inches. When they're not getting it, they complain about the size. And then when they're getting it, they complain it's too much. I'm talking
Oh
about
my,
snow, people. Get your mind out of the gutter.
oh my God.
I can't believe y'all are thinking that way. I'm talking about snow and the weather. Oh my goodness. Y'all ladies need to sit there and drink some of your hot tea or sip on some coffee. Yeah. Wake up. Okay, I'm not going to talk about Tony Robbins because I don't trust him. Uh, yeah, has been put out by the Trump administration, not necessarily Mr. Trump, since the world like to blame him because they don't want change. But I did tell you when all this is going to start taking place that Americans got to realize and start buckling their belts. Things will get expensive in some things, and you'll have to do something else. As like, let's see, what's going to affect from Canada? Gas. Eh, if Trump will just do, I really think the federal government needs to freaking take over the refineries, build some, and then regulate it. Because why are we sending our oil everywhere else? We have refineries here, but they're so old. Billions and trillions that the freaking oil industry makes. You think they pick up throw money in some new refineries
Hi,
to take care of
Marshmallow
all
Man. I can answer that question for you right now about the refineries. Why we're sending it over to other places is because when Potato Junior owns the refinery over there, and they brought that over there so he'd get money, and yeah, then the American people have to pay for that.
Marshmallow Man, no, I will not. I will not charge you. But that is an idea. Maybe I will monetize just for anybody that's out of the U.S. Yeah, I might even go as far as tell YouTube that hey, we should be able to see if it's a U.S. citizen or not, and we need proof then to be a member. Yeah, and everybody else gets charged. Yeah. Thanks, Marshmallow Man. You gave me a good idea. I'm just joking. I wouldn't charge you, Marshmallow. But okay, one of the things is gas and oil. Okay, we can survive. Canada will try to survive, but after a couple months, it's going to crumble. I really hate to say it. Next one's auto industry. Next to Mexico, Canada's the next one we freaking get a lot of autos and stuff from. You know, we got enough cars here. Let's empty out the used car lots. Forget about getting new cars. Let them be driving their own vehicles. Okay, and the third one is whiskey. These are the top three. Well, you know, notice they didn't mention maple syrup. You know, how many types of whiskeys do we got here? The northeastern people up there, they're Studieville that just need to have that Canadian whiskey. They either pay the extra freaking tariff amount or start drinking Jack Daniels, Jim Beam. You know, hey,
Maker's Mark is a good one. And Lady D, speaking of chicken nuggets and maple syrup, have any of you ever dunked your chicken nuggets in warm maple syrup? That stuff is amazing.
you know, and a lot of companies like the ones in China, they're rerouting their factories and stuff over to Vietnam. Eventually, that's going to catch up to them. You know, and then they're definitely going to go broke in a different country because, yeah. But the one I like is Mexico. The only thing that really talks about Mexico is the avocados. Screw them. We could grow our own. I've been warning people to freaking save your seeds and grow your own freaking avocado trees. You
Yeah,
get started in winter. Come on now.
the tools I get and shovels and tools and everything. I try to buy Craftsman, and if I buy Leatherman, I try to buy American made because most of that stuff from overseas, you get that and it'll break in a couple months, and they don't make it right.
You know, and no, I'm not ignoring you, Lady D. Let's see. You used to do the letter of the day, trust. Yep, and I will bring it back, especially with Mexico. And I may do it in Spanish. Hell, I'll do it in Russian, just so Putin knows not to mess with us. And Mexico's going to be like, oh, we need an interpreter. Call somebody in America. Sorry, we're going to charge you a 25% tariff to interpret stuff for you.
Lady D says she'll be right back.
Yep, I agree with you, Pappy. Two Bears. Yep. When they all went over to the other countries manufacture, well, you know what? People aren't going to want to pay that extra. Okay, now you're buying a car for $50,000. It's only worth like 16, if even that. And the companies before were like, well, that's the trade unions. Well, yeah, put a little bit of that freaking high price, thing on the trade unions. They want to get paid more than what they're worth. Because I've seen everything that's machinerized, and mostly the machines are doing all the work. I really hate to say it. And, somebody might be in the industry and they get mad at me, but you know what? That's what I've seen of everything that's online that you can watch to see how they make vehicles and stuff.
Yeah,
This is where the auto industry screwed up. They should have freaking, you know, close a couple of your plants for making vehicles and start making the parts here in the U.S. The American public is not going to freaking go for it because you've already price gouged and then you do the financing and get kickbacks on financing. Nope, nope. They're killing themselves with their greed and they haven't realized that yet. So it's
Lady
not
D,
truck's fault, it's them.
Lady D's back. And yeah,
Welcome back, Lady D.
so it's been about that time. The stuff we were talking about yesterday with the AI and that there's been a few more things falling from the sky, and there was this one. I don't know if you heard this story. There was this Mexican girl that needed help, and the Shriners Club ended up going down there and getting her and flying back, and that plane ended up crashing, and they're no longer with us either.
No. Well, there's a lot of unreported reports that, yeah, people should be flying, but I've been saying that for a long time. You got to look at it. During the cucaracha lockdown, you got to look at it. The only thing up in the air were the airplanes. They never shut down. I would have shut down the aircraft. That would have been the first thing. The only place you're going to fly is in the U.S. You ain't going to any other countries. Nobody's coming in. If it's a lockdown, treat it as a lockdown. Don't bring freaking, oh, we got 80,000 freaking Chinese who want to come see Disney World when everybody else is locked down. No.
And look at all those planes that ended up going down or happened to have making emergency landings because the pilots ended up getting the you know what, and they're no longer with us because of it.
No. You know, the only thing computerized in my vehicle, Marshmallow, man, is my CD player. So everything else is nope. It's not worth having everything computerized in your vehicle. Think about it. They got to hook it up. There's a $250 charge just to hook it up and tell you what's wrong with your vehicle. Back in the old days, like you either knew about the vehicle or the mechanic looked at it, had to, test drive and all that if it ran and all that. He didn't charge $250 to plug something in.
Costco's employees are getting $30 an hour.
Yeah, so some are. I don't think all employees are, but some are. So I guarantee you, if they got a Costco's in Alaska, they're probably paying that or higher to keep people working. They ain't gonna pay the rates of what they pay in other states. Hey, Tom. Good morning. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream.
Good
So
morning, Tom.
here's another one I'm going to talk about. The Trump administration. I won't mention the names, but it wasn't Trump. It was the administration. Certain heads have said that, yeah, they're going to do everything at the border, to include, yeah, you want to freaking use your drones or you want to shoot at our immigration and law enforcement, then yeah, we're going to do some aerial drops. And it's like I said this before. If they're in Mexico and they're shooting and trying to harm or kill our people, their people are declaring war on the United States. And there ain't nothing Mexico's going to be able to do about it. When we drop a couple of A-10s, freaking raking their freaking side. So Mexico needs to freaking realize and start moving people out from the freaking borderland and know, or start controlling the freaking gangs and the cartels down there. Because if you live where the cartel's at, that means you're harboring them and you're attacking the U.S., declaring war, we're going to stop it right off the bat. Imagine if we drop a Moab right on the freaking beachhead. And I call it the beachhead because it's like attached to the freaking, you know, to the river line they like to cross. Half those shacks a half a mile away will collapse. You really look at it. Most of them are adobe. They haven't been upgraded. Think about it. Tom says the lady in line ahead of her got eggs for $4.99.
Have you all noticed this in trust? I don't know if you noticed this. This started happening yesterday. You go to someone's channel and it no longer says community, it says posts now.
Uh huh. They're just playing with the words. I'm trying to see. I got a story here of what they're going to do. What Mexico's going to do, retaliation tariffs. She's basically following the line with Canada. Like I said, all we have to do to shut Mexico down is Trump call Abbott and say no more water. Don't sell no more water to Mexico. And just let them know they need to freaking turn around and pay up their back before they get any more fresh, clean water. Mexico wouldn't be able to survive. A human being needs water before 3 days are up or they're dying. So think about it. Mexico really needs Texas water from the Colorado River. Guess what? No, just cut them off. Pay us our money. You're going to pay for the wall too. I'd love it if freaking Abbott would say, yeah, besides Trump's 25% tariffs, we're going to freaking do a 25% tariff. Any business for Texas, you're getting a 25% tariff.
Yeah, Tom, I agree with you on
That
that.
marshmallow man, it's not a gallon of water a day. Mike's the water expert, so sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
They don't like unity in that. Yeah, water should be your number one prep. Well, your number one prep should be getting right with the Lord. But then after that, water's number one, and then food and so on and so forth. It's very important to hydrate. You need water.
Yeah. And here's the way to solve the Panama Canal thing. We need to start dredging and making the Gulf of America deeper so our ships can go from west coast to east coast. And then these people can't freaking swim across in order to get to the U.S. because it's going to be so freaking deep. Mexico won't like it, but who cares? I mean, they didn't like my idea about putting alligators in the Gulf, so I think that would have been awesome.
Doesn't a person need a gallon of water a day? Yeah, they. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, they need a gallon of water, but then you need more than that too, because you got to realize that you're cleaning your clothes, you're flushing your toilet, you're washing your dishes. You don't realize how much water we use a day just in our daily activities, besides just drinking it.
Come on, people. Some of y'all are preppers. You should know better. 1 gallon ain't going to do it. One is none. Two is one. Try stacking water to the rafters. Let's see how far you get there. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Better
got
hope
these.
there's not an earthquake and all that stuff comes tumbling down on your bed.
I got these. I think they still have them, but I got these things years ago. They're these red plastic things from Coca-Cola, and they hold 8 2 liters. The bottles they had them in the stores and that. And I forget how I got them, but I got a bunch of them, and I got a bunch of 2 liters filled with treated water. They're stacked up over on the thing over there. And you can put them on top of each other. And I got them braced too, so in case anything happens, they shouldn't fall. But I'm not going to guarantee it, but they shouldn't.
Mm-hmm. If you're just starting to prep, I'll just say learn how to reuse water. Some water you can turn around and reuse. I'm just saying, like, you boil your noodles. And after you drain your noodles, that water, let it cool down, and you can use it on your plants. Hell, you can make some tea. Yeah.
Like with your canned vegetables, when you boil that and you drain the water, or just drain the water, you can drink that water because that water's got a bunch of vitamins and stuff in it from the vegetables sitting in there the whole time.
Yeah. See, a lot of people just drain that. You can drain it. Don't put it down the sink. Drain it and put it, if you don't want to put that in your pot to warm it up, put it in a canister. And then when you water your garden, use it. I mean, it's not like it's going to affect your flowers or your rose bushes.
And
Yeah.
it's
Is
got the
there anybody?
vitamins in it. It's the same. It's the same thing as well. Like compost. I mean, it's the same thing. It's just a liquid form. It's got the nutrients in it because you use compost with your all your old vegetables stuff and your water rinds and everything like that.
Yeah. And me, I don't know if anybody else in chat does it, but your old coffee grounds, I let them dry out, and then I collect it, and then I turn around and put it on the roses in the spring. Put it as a grounding down on the roses, and yeah. And did you know if you dry them, you can bake it to dry, or just let them air dry over time, and you don't have any moisture in them because it will grow mold. But you could put that in a foil, place it outside, and light it when it's dry. And these are used coffee grounds, not new coffee grounds. And light it, and that'll keep mosquitoes away. A lot of people don't know that. That old dry coffee grounds, you can light it to a flame, and yeah, keep mosquitoes away from your yard and stuff.
That's a good compost thing. The banana peels, Lady D. It's good for the soil and all that.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people really need to know how to compost. I mean, I started out compost just the grass cuttings and the leaves and small twigs, and I'd compost that in dark garbage bags. And people just do a compost pile. It's like, yeah, but my compost pile, when I do a warm one where I could add the food and everything else, and it heats up. You'll see the steam, and you got to turn it around, add a little water every once in a while. Here in Texas, we don't get so much rain, so we got to add water. And, hey, guess what? My non-potable water, yeah, I'm dumping it on the compost. And when the compost is ready, I use it in the yard. I use it on the flowers in the garden. Yeah,
Yeah, you can also use eggshells for that. Yeah, coffee grounds. I can't read that. Acid torrential plants. For the roses and blueberry bushes.
yeah, yeah. You can only use the coffee grounds if you're going to use it for like a compost bedding, whatever, on only plants that require acid because there's a high concentrated acid in the coffee grounds. And yes, coffee ground is nitrogen. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. I had coffee a couple hours ago. I haven't had no coffee. I'm only drinking Dr. Pepper, and that's not kicking me in. I have not done any fish scraps. I need to do that, but of course, I need to go back fishing again in order to be able to have fish scraps. So I can add that to the garden. So yeah,
I also heard you can some gardens you can also when you plant them on certain plants you can get a couple cans of sardines and open them up and put them under in the ground and then put your seeds on top.
yeah, and for you gardeners, when you plant your tomato plants one year and then the next year you put your tomato plants in the same location, don't do it. Change locations. You got to rotate it unless you're going to add all the nutrients you need in that soil and ground it up and everything else, mix it and all that before you put the tomatoes in there. But why do that if you got another area that you had other plants on? We'll say like jalapenos. Switch them. Me personally, I have jalapenos and tomatoes. I grow them in the same ones. So yeah, I get nice little spicy tomatoes.
Yeah, I normally just plant my stuff in the same spot as I did the year before. My peppers came in very late this year, but what I do is I'll go to the farmer, I'll get the manure, then I'll rototill the garden, mix that all up, rototill it again, and then I'll plant all the stuff.
Yeah. So Lady D saying some break an egg before planting the tomatoes. Well, y'all must be rich. You're freaking breaking eggs and dumping them just to grow tomatoes because the price of eggs now. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, Tom says if you want a crappy yield, plant in the same place and don't fertilize. Yeah, yep. And you're right, Marshmallow. Nothing better than jalapeno tomatoes. One of these days, I'll figure out how to do the water growing. I know they got a special name for it, but I can't think of it right now. We just use water, no dirt. And once I figure out
And
how to do
that
it and all
manure,
that,
Tom, that manure I get from the farmer, oh man, that stuff is oh. You've all seen the videos of my garden.
you know. So, yeah,
Up
Lady
up
D, $6 a plant makes you want to grow a lot of startlings and get some plants growing. And instead of doing a lemonade stand, do a plant stand and just beat the price of all the freaking all the stores. People are going to drive by and freaking buy them from you before they go to the nursery once they find out how much the nursery's charging. Yeah.
I still have a whole bunch of seeds put back. Now, what were you saying about that watering thing with the garden or something?
Oh yeah, use your you can use non-potable water. It's non-drinkable water. I mean, of course, it's not gonna be the like from the toilet or whatever. But if you have non-potable because you haven't boiled it to cleanse it, and you used it. Well, for example, you made macaroni and cheese. When you drain it, that water, just collect it and use that in the garden. Yeah, hydroponic. Thank you, Tom. I couldn't think of the name of it.
Oh yeah, speaking of mac and cheese, can anyone tell me how come you need 8 cups of water to make one box of mac and cheese? I never understood that.
I never put, I use a specific pan and I just fill it to a certain point, and I know it ain't no freaking 8 cups of water. So, yeah, and it works just fine. All you got to do is just cook it and let it get hot and boiled. So that's all it is. Lady D will only get Dollar Tree seeds or micro dwarf tomato seeds. Yeah.
Yeah, don't ever buy bologna or cheese at the Dollar Tree. Believe me, you don't know. Ugh. I've never had wet cheese until I had that, and the bologna I got there it was. I wanted to try it. It said jalapeno flavored. I'm like, ooh, I'll try this. The next day, it was all mold.
Ew. Well, they say you grow mold, he'll turn to penicillin. But yeah. So, do you know we have a federal holiday coming up and banks will be closed?
When's that?
That is on the 17th. It is President's Day, and the banks are going to celebrate President's Day. So, mark that on your calendars if you do business with the banks, because the banks are going to be closed that day. They will be limiting the online things to normal, like after hours stuff only. And yeah. And that's one of the ones that, yeah, because you heard the rumors that federal government or Trump has canceled all the federal freaking holidays. There's a lot of holidays he needs to cancel. And I'm glad he did it. We need to go back to bases and go to the ones that we originally had to begin with and stop adding on these other ones.
Yeah, penne is really, really good, Lady D. I make a 4 cheese penne with the penne noodles. That stuff's good.
And supposedly the organization Dolge, that is not part of the federal government, has been going through all the online price lists. You know how you can go to all these sites and they tell you how to freaking do stuff and all that?
Yeah.
Well, everyone that's been labeled LBGT, there is no T at the end anymore. Supposedly it's only LBG. So there's changes coming, and yeah, some people aren't going to like it, but you know what? That lifestyle is a choice. You weren't born that way. They never were able to prove that there's a chromosome showing that they are like that.
Yeah, they
If you
actually
really
did
want,
the study
huh?
in college and that, and I got to be really careful how I use this because then it was proven, and I'm not going to say any names or anything. I can email it to you or something, but they did the study, an extensive study, and all it is a mental disorder. That's all it is, and they swept all that stuff under the rug.
Yeah. Okay, here's another one that passed away. Marianne Faithful has died at age 78. I'm trying to see. She looks familiar. This was in London. She had a singing career back in 1946 and was discovered by the Rolling Stones. Her original song that made her a media star was called As Time Goes By. Rolling Stones picked up quite a few of her songs that she sang, but I guess she was just a soloist because I'm not seeing any band she was in or anything. So, so Marianne Faithful with two L's. If you see her face, you'll be like, oh, I remember seeing her on TV. I think she was at the Great Wall of China, not the Great Wall of China, but the Berlin Wall when it was coming down.
Yeah, I just found out
Yes,
the other
I
day.
agree with you, Tom. Hmm?
I just found out the other day. Well, not the other day, a little while back, that Maggie Smith died. You know, she was the one from the first Clash of the Titans, and she was in all the Downtown Abbey shows in the movies.
Uh huh.
If you see her, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
There's one I want to know still kicking. I think she is.
Good morning, Be Charming.
Okay, you know who's still kicking it around? She's been around for quite a while. This actress. Her name is Sophia Loren.
Oh yeah, I think the last movie she made was Grumpier Old Men with Walter Matthau, Jack Lemmon, and Anne Margaret. Because Anne Margaret's up there in age too.
Yep. So
Hello, Ziva's
good,
mom. Good morning.
good morning, B, and good morning, Ziva's mom. You're cleaning after the Wildcats. Well, you know, if you got some time and you still have energy, you can come over here and clean up after me too. I'm not a Wildcat, but I think I got like 3 bowls, a couple of forks, and a couple of cups that need washed. So yeah. I see. That's why. Well, no, not really why I didn't go on at 9 o'clock this morning, but I was helping a neighbor out. They called right before when I was setting up the stream for 9 o'clock, so I had to change it to 10:15. But yeah, sorry about the extra 15 minutes, but I need to warm up some breakfast, so I need that little bit extra time.
We finally know what Beach Sherman did when her husband went to the Sam's Club. She took a nice nap.
Yeah, after chugging probably a 6 pack of Mountain Dew.
Yep.
Yeah, she's probably dreaming of floating in the bathtub with, you know, her loofah and her Calgon taking her away, dreaming of Mountain Dew. But so the good thing is, if the gopher's right, just like the trust is, yeah, we do have a longer extended winter. Yeah, y'all might want to spend that little bit extra time starting your seedlings a little earlier and taking care of them, or doing a plan of how you're going to do your garden outside. Or hey, here's a better yet one: start learning about the mini ice age we're in. Doesn't seem like it, especially today in Texas, getting up to 90 degrees. We'll be breaking records, but you know what? Hey, it's always good to learn about stuff that then you find out that the farce of the monetized lies of climate change. And there's a couple of good series out there. They even freaking attack it. And they won't attack it like mainstream media and the Gore or anybody else that freaking talks about climate change. They attack it the right way. Most believe this, but this is the real reason. And almost everything's always connected to the sun and the rotation of the planet, which makes sense because the sun and the planet have been around for freaking millions of years. We've been hotter than we've ever been hot before when man wasn't around, only dinosaurs. And the planet survived.
It sure seems like I'm having a mini ice age where I'm at right now. And Tom was in the store Friday, and Dr. Pepper was what? What's that
BOGO.
word?
Buy one, get one free.
Oh, there. How much was it there, Tom? Oh, wow, that's cool. Buy one get one free. Even if you're paying a little extra, you're still getting 12 of them
Yeah.
extra.
Yeah. Sometimes Walgreens will have buy three 12 packs for like 13 bucks. When you break down the price, it's pretty pricey. But when you go look at it, you can buy a 24 pack for 12 bucks and you pay an extra dollar, you're getting another 12 pack. I was like, yeah, I'll get the 12 packs.
Yeah, I get those deals sometimes when they have them, and unfortunately, they're very few and far between. Remember the buy one get one freeze back in the day or buy one get two freeze when they were everywhere. Now you don't very rarely see them anywhere.
Uh,
Up $9 to $10. Oh,
oh, that
bad.
was that 12 packs or was that 6 packs? Or I hope that was a 24 pack for 9, $10 and you got another one free. But I'm jealous there, Tom. He went fishing. It was cold. He didn't catch nothing but a floating barrel. Were you fishing at what's that place in Vegas where the Hoover Dam's at? Lake something, Lake Mead. Yeah, were you fishing at Lake Mead? You might have caught one of those barrels with a body in it from back in the 80s. I did see a report yesterday. I didn't really read it because I'm tired of California whining about stuff. I picked on Mexico already. I picked on Canada already. Now I'm going to pick on California. You know,
It
Trump was
was a
going to release water that California had because they've been hoarding water. And California's complaining that he almost flooded us when they released the water from the dam. Well, when California releases the water to the dam, guess what they do? They flood the fresh water straight into the ocean. And then a month later, they're like, we need water. We don't have any water. Well, why'd you dump it in the freaking ocean, you idiot?
Tom said the 12 pack was that price. The 24 packs are $18. And when he went fishing, he said he didn't find Hoffa.
Uh, well, keep looking, man. You might not find Alpha, but you might find his wallet. Just imagine you find his wallet at a lake. That would pinpoint where his body is, for one. And if you found Jimmy Hoffa's freaking wallet, man, you could put that for auction. You know how much museums would pay to try to get that? Show his driver's license and any contents and his wallet. That's if it survived all these decades.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of money.
Yep, Lady D, soda gets that way all across the board. Doing those soda stream machines may be worth it. I don't really like them. I'll just quit soda altogether. But wait, let me duct tape my mouth because, yeah, that's going to be hard to quit. I can't quit Dr. Pepper.
And see, that's the biggest thing for me when I'm on my fast. Is the first day is always difficult with the food. Then after that, I'm good and it's just water. But then I crave the Dr Peppers. I get through it by just every time I crave them, I just drink a bunch of water and forget about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Everybody I know that has a stream machine, Lady D. Yeah, they stopped. Like, oh, come on, y'all got it. You're so great and all that, and now they have it, and it's in there like one of those antique freaking things that belongs in a museum. Because yeah,
And aren't those CO2 cartridges that you gotta buy with them? Aren't they? I think they're getting really expensive.
no, but I don't know. So you supposed to get stowed today?
Not today, later on tonight, 1 to 5 inches. And I'm hoping we don't get it, but this area we're gonna get it. It's probably gonna be a lot more than that.
I'm just seeing everything. Who stores a pecan pie on the counter? Delish.com saying, how bad is it to store pecan pie on the counter? If it's on the counter, it's being cut and put on freaking plates. Otherwise, it's in the fridge until we eat it. And it usually doesn't last more than 3-4 days. So I ain't got no time to store pecan pie on the counter. If I make one at home, it's sitting on the counter to cool after the oven. Hey, Daily Mail is reporting here's a recall notice for Lady D. Yeah. For personal reasons and for business reasons. Dog food recalled across 8 states over salmonella fears. And there's others too. Breadcrumbs is another one that's been recalled. That's been on for about a week or two. And this is a new recall for the salmonella fears, just 1 month after the previous contamination warning. So I guess, let's see, Blue Ridge beef has been recalled. It's 2-pound bags of natural mix in Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, Tennessee, and Rhode Island. And hey, North Carolina also. I don't know why they didn't add it on that list, but they put it on later on. So supposedly they washed and sanitized the food and they put it back out and they turn around and find 7 in it. Hmm. Oh, funny that you mentioned blueberry muffins there, Lady D. Let me try to get my news feed to come back circling right now. Oh, wait. I didn't hear about this, or maybe somebody else did. The Martinez refinery fire. Soap Central Lifestyle is reporting the shelter-in-place order lifted after explosion injures 6. Now, I don't know where this Martinez refinery is, but yeah, let's see. Contra Costa County. And it still doesn't tell me where it's at. So Sirens Blair and Rose closed for hours after the Martinez refinery fire. Is it what country? It says Bay Area air quality. So it must be in California. And
Yeah,
they're showing
ladies eat
Brutus
pot
as
roast.
a video of destroying the fire with big black smoke. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Lady D pot roast is great. And thanks, Tom. Yes, the gravy definitely makes it.
Yeah, wasn't somebody gonna make some butt roast yesterday? I
I think
can't
it
remember who's
was
gonna make some butt roast.
was it Peppy Two Bears?
I don't know. We'll see if Peppy.
Oh, Swamp Dog. It was Swamp Dog.
Oh, Swamp Dog. Okay, maybe he's recovered and he overate and he's still passed out from a coma. Okay, I see that you put something in chat, so let me find the clue for it. It's time for food. Porn with Mike B.
Dinner tonight: pot roast in the crock pot with oven brown tomatoes and homemade gravy and a Dr Pepper.
Ah, you broke out the crock pot now, did you?
Oh, trust, it's been so cold here. Oh man, I want something nice and hearty and warm. Yeah. Yep.
You too, Tom. Stay safe.
Have a great day, Tom. Stay warm.
The
It's
secret
cold.
word of the secret word of the day is. I'll show it. Can you guess what the secret word of the day is, there, Mike?
Smoked butt.
Ding 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 ding. Congratulations. You can have pot roast tonight. Hope that smoked butt tastes good. As Ziva's mom saying, "You're making me hungry." Papa Two Bears, I made a nice Kulua freaking pork roast in the crock pot last month. It turned out great. Yeah. I can't, I hadn't used my crock pot in a while. I can't remember the last thing I made in it, but since, it's been at least 11 months since I used it. And I can't remember how great stuff tastes better in a crock pot than it does on top of the stove.
Yeah, because it's slow cooked in there, and it just slowly marinates everything, gets all the juices going. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah. CBS News has a video on cbsnews.com and says you'll soon need a real ID to travel domestically. Here's what that means. So go watch the video, find out what the real ID is.
You mean on airplanes and stuff?
Yeah, domestically, just within the U.S. I know on the flights you needed to have a driver's license with a little star symbol put on your driver's license that you had a background check done and all that other stuff. So
So are you going to need it to travel from state to state in your vehicle, or is it just in your when you're flying?
I believe it's in anything like if you take the train, the plane, I don't know. They start doing toll freaking ID check places in each state, which I think they need to do. You catch a lot of the illegals. A lot of them would stay in California and never leave. If you put freaking ID checks entering and exiting the states, you don't
Yeah,
have to charge, but it'd
I
be
think
like
the
a toll.
I think the
Huh?
date that everyone has to have them or try to get them by, I think it's May 7th or May 9th of this year, 2025. I know it's May. I don't know the exact date.
Oh. Okay, and here's one just for Lady D. Go check out Recipe Master. Everybody else check it out too. I mean, but I'm doing Lady D because she likes to do her vegetables and her fruits. RecipeMaster.com. Is it? This is the headline on it. Irresistible orange chicken recipe. So good, it might make you slap your mama. As soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah. Wasn't there a TV commercial about slap your mama?
Oh God, there was this commercial I saw the other day. Well, I don't have cable anymore, but it was one of the ads on my when I was doing the YouTube and that. There's this lady gardening and that, and her neighbor walks by, and she's all chipper, and she says, "Oh, hi Gladys, how you doing?" And she looks at her and says, "I just pooped," and they go into all this thing about this. I'm like, "Oh my God!" I was laughing so hard. I'm like,
Yeah. And if you want to know more about the high risk foods being recalled, go to moneytalksnews.com. Their headlines: alarming trend, high risk food recalls climbing. And of course, they got the word coli underneath a magnifying glass, and they got broccoli underneath that sign. So this is affecting your fruits and vegetables. They're being recalled. And there has been a wide thing of, you know, let's do the, what was those two? Keanu Reeves and the other guy, Bill and Ted.
hey,
Let's do travel back in time for a minute. I know it's a different show, but hey, I like the sound of
that
it.
was the doo 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 was
Yeah,
Wayne's
that was
World,
Wayne World.
and the other guy was his name was Alex Winters.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah. So, Mike, you
Yeah,
remember about a couple of years ago when they opened up the borders to let everybody in, and they weren't being medically checked? And now this
yeah.
country has, since 2020, since everything got opened up, all these diseases running rapid, everybody getting sick. Our healthcare is going up the par because the illegals aren't paying the hospitals when they go in there for the flu or whatever disease they're bringing. Our food started getting affected. Hmm. You could try to label conspiracy theory, but if I guarantee if you start doing research in the time frame, the illegals brought a whole lot more than people are willing to freaking open their minds and realize too. I mean, I
Yeah,
worked with CBS before they called it CBS in the military, and yeah, we had to deal with a lot of stuff. And there's a lot of regulations and stuff you had to follow. And one of them was healthcare, and all these people sticking across and all that. Well, I've been here, yeah. How many people have died because you freaking brought a freaking disease that we haven't had in this country for all these years? Well, do you got any facts on it? You ain't got facts of climate change, but you're trying to get millions and billions off people and screaming about it. Maybe I'll start a nonprofit. Diseases. Let's make a disease-free America. Start donating. Let me get me a GoFundMe page going. Let me figure out how to do that. Y'all start sending all your millions to me. And that could be the Gorish of YouTube.
oh yeah, I
Because
agree. When they let everybody in, it was all part of a nefarious plan, and it's still going on right now.
Yeah, because if you look at it before when we had them where people had to freaking follow the thing, they had to do the paperwork, they paid the fees to get their stuff done and all that. The way the real immigrants, not the fake immigrants, the real immigrants have done it and done their time and all that. They got their medical, and if you've ever freaking sponsored somebody with medical, oh my God, they check up for everything. And if they haven't gotten their shots, they're getting them before they come in the country. They don't want them. They don't have a medical excuse not to get it. They ain't coming in the country. I'm telling you right now. So all these heart bleeding criminal freaking people that want to support illegal immigration in every way, shape, or form, they don't care about if they're going to kill your kids. I'll bring it straight off the bat. It's going to affect your kids before it affects you because your kid's immune system isn't as strong as yours being an adult. Why do you think there's a tuberculosis breakout? The worst they've ever had in a certain state. I reported on that last week. Yeah, think about it.
Yeah, all the ones that are not supposed to be here, they need to leave, and all the ones that are going through the right steps, they're going through the right steps. All the ones that came in here that aren't supposed to be here, get
Yeah.
out.
And I remind everybody, the people that did it legally and got a permanent resident card, most of them within 10 years become citizens. They go ahead and do it. I mean, it's really easy. And I have to laugh when an American can't freaking, a person that's born in the country can't even answer the freaking questions on that test and pass. That just tells you how weak our education system is because it's common sense stuff. I mean, when I was helping my ex-wife freaking go through the stuff, I had a freaking teacher, and I'm laughing at the question. Really, they asked this? But nowadays, you got kids that can't even answer who the first president of the United States was. That's how simple some of these questions are.
Oh, and you
But
got
the
the
ones that
kids
are,
that can't even read a regular clock.
you know, but all legal immigrants with a they call it a green card, but it's a permanent resident card, are federally required by law if they get stopped or going to be questioned by police officers. The first ID they have to show is their permanent resident card. They show them the card because it's got their picture on it. It shows they're authorized to be in the country. There's a reason why they got that regulation in there that they have to follow. Now, I left it at home. Well, I don't know if that's you or not. Then we're going to detain you, take you down until we figure it out, or somebody brings your card. You're required to show that before anything else, and then a driver's license. And now some states are even freaking going back and making it that unless you're a citizen with a driver's license, anybody else, you're not. You're going to get a different type of driver's license if you're authorized to drive and be in this country. They're cracking down on that, and of course they're throwing fits about that. And guess who they're blaming? They're blaming Trump. It's not Trump doing it; it's the states. I'm glad the states are finally freaking realizing.
Are you talking
Don't
about? Sorry,
don't no. Go ahead.
I, sorry, I'm a little congested. Lady D, are you talking about the real ID? Is what you're talking about?
Oh no, no. These are the permanent resident cards, and then the driver's license. They turn around and making non-U.S. citizens have to get a different type of driver's license they're going to drive in the U.S. And it's to crack down so that way, because when they get their driver's license, they need to show that they can't vote. As much as they freaking try to fight, it's like, oh well, we're a citizen. No, you're not. You don't have the proper ID. So they still tried. And when they freaking got scared and they didn't go to the voting poll, guess what? Only legal freaking citizens voted, and we voted that we want Trump in because we're tired of this bullshit with all these illegals. And yes, Lady D, I feel sorry for the kid, but you know what? He has options right now. If he was legally born in this country, he needs to check, have a free counsel with a immigration lawyer, and see if he needs to do anything. It may cost him a little bit money, but then once he fixes anything that he needs to do legally, then he doesn't have to worry about it. And that's where a lot of these people they don't realize. That's why we got all these immigration lawyers. I think we got more immigration lawyers than we got criminal lawyers in the U.S. You know, and if you haven't watched the Patriot Nurse, and I'm talking about the female one, not the dude, you
Yeah,
need
no,
to
I
watch
watched
her
it.
last post because she clarifies what the 14th Amendment really is, how it was written, and how the liberals have changed it around and try to twist the laws. It's not if you were born in this country. The 14th Amendment was made right after Lincoln freed the slaves. It was basically, if you actually read it and know the history of it, it was for the slaves that were born here because thanks to the liberals, then again, they didn't want the African American slaves to be considered citizens, able to freaking be in this country and everything else. And all this time has gone by. The liberals have turned around and twisted the words on it to show it that, oh, it belongs to everybody in the world. No, the U.S. Constitution does not belong to everybody. That's why it's the U.S. Constitution. So people that come over here, because you know what? If you're a political person from another country, come over here with your pregnant wife, she has a baby. That baby does not have dual citizenship. That baby is not a U.S. citizen. So why not for all these illegals too? They ain't got no political freaking protection or anything else. And I laugh when I see the videos. I got rights. You ain't got rights in this country, motherfucker. Excuse my French, but take it up with the UN court because that's the only place they'd be able to file a case against the country. My rights were violated. What rights did you have? You're not a U.S. citizen. You broke the law. You're a criminal. You got less. A felon who's a criminal has less rights than a normal U.S. citizen. So why
And
shouldn't an illegal? Why should they have more rights than a U.S. citizen that's a felon?
and unfortunately, they get caught doing this stuff. They keep releasing them, releasing them. They keep offending, releasing them, and they do really bad nefarious things. And yet, that farmer that was protecting his property, he's still getting the book thrown at him, and he's an American citizen.
Yep.
Not right.
When they're attacking Trump, and Trump's just doing what the people have wanted for a long time, screamed, and the liberals have ignored. He's the figurehead. He's the one, like he always said, standing in the way. And I'm really tired of these liberals and these non-freaking U.S. citizens bitching, whining, complaining. He ain't got shit. And like I'm a strong believer. I do not believe that Trump is separating families. The people are separating their own families. You came here illegally. You never became a citizen by getting an immigration lawyer, filing the paperwork, and all that. It's because either they're too lazy or they didn't want to pay the money. Well, they should have paid the money for the investment of becoming a U.S. citizen, and they did it. And now they're shit scared. Well, that's the problem. I have no sympathy for those. Well, what about the kids? Well, we'll put them in the freaking foster home system. It's not the greatest in the world, but it'll be a whole lot better than the parents not using common sense. You're here illegally. Either y'all go back to your own country because you're illegal and you get to get separated when you get caught, or pay the money, do it the right way through the paperwork and the legal system. Once you got a lawyer, once you got the system going in there, you did get notified. If you get stopped, they contact the lawyer. Yes, he's in the process of becoming a citizen. They release you, but you still get detained. And half the news media are like, oh, so and so got arrested. He didn't get arrested, he got detained. He didn't have the proper documents. They took him to the station. And once they found out the documents he had him, they released him. That's what happens when you don't carry the proper IDs with you. For all you lazy people who don't like to carry IDs when you go out in public. With everything going nowadays, you should have two IDs. And don't be
Exactly,
pissed
Lady
off if they
Dagger
detain you
status.
because
I agree.
go ahead.
Exactly, Lady Dagger status. I agree 100%.
Yeah, and that's where the problem is, Lady D, when they've been here for decades and they didn't do crap. I mean, I'm sorry. And then you got I still remember a video about 3 years ago I saw. So the lady and guy got pulled over. He was speeding and all that. And they arrest him because they find out he's illegal. And the lady's screaming that he's getting deported and breaking up the family and all that. That's not our problem. That's y'all's. If you're a U.S. citizen and you married the guy, why didn't you do the paperwork to make him a U.S. citizen being married to you? Think about it. If you're married to a U.S. citizen, you still have paperwork to do to make the illegal a U.S. citizen.
Yep.
So for the people that believe, well, just because they were born here, just because you fell out of somebody's womb, you automatically know. Yeah, Papa Two Bears, those that come here to live without seeking citizenship are using the system without putting in the effort. Yep, it's almost parasitic to the country. Yes, it is. I wouldn't say it is parasitic. Because the minimum they're going to freaking drain the freaking resources of healthcare. And if you look at it, I guarantee the numbers are probably higher than what I'm going to give. I'm going to give a reasonable estimate of 30% more because they go to the hospital for, oh, I got a tummy ache. Oh, I got the flu to the emergency room. And then you got 3 hours to wait when you got a broken leg because you got all these people in there going there for BS stuff. And then they turn around and they don't pay the bill. So who gets stuck with it? Everybody else. That's why our healthcare is halfway freaking cracked. That's what I don't get is everybody's like, oh, it said it was cheaper for the drugs than the medical care in Mexico. Well, go to Mexico then. The biggest factor people don't like to hear, you have not heard it a lot. These people will not assimilate to the ways of our country, just like California tries to not assimilate when they move out and try to move to like Texas or another state and bring their politics to another state because they fled theirs because they screwed up their state. No, you got to learn assimilation. So I guarantee you go to another country to try to live, you're going to assimilate to that country. You're going to learn the language, or
Yeah, I was
you're
just
not
gonna
going to be able
say
to
that.
communicate.
I was just gonna say that if we moved to another country, we'd have to learn the language. Over here, they speak their own languages, and they everything. You get these instructions and all this other stuff, and everything. You got a little paragraph that's in our American, and then you got a whole booklet with full of all these other foreign languages. If you're coming here, learn the language.
Yeah. I did see one news story internationally. I think it was on Sky News. So I do your own research on this one, but I believe it might have been Poland has gotten to the fact they're having so many Muslims illegally trying to get into their country that they're shooting at them now. And they even had a video out where they showed one person getting shot in the leg. So, yeah. Are we going to reach that point? It's a possibility, especially with the cartels doing their crap. But you know what? Don't be a bleeding heart. Oh, that poor person. No. And it's like, well, they're holding a baby. Well, they know they're doing something illegal and they're possibly getting shot. Guess what? Why are you carrying a baby? Using the baby as a shield. That's what you should be pissed off about, not that they're getting shot at. So, take it as is, believe the way you want. I'm just reporting what I saw. I don't know the complete facts on it, but I believe because they've been so freaking tired of the freaking illegal Muslims. And I'm sorry that I'm just using the words that the news people use. So, like I said, go check out your own thing on there to find out how well it is. But yeah, so think about it. Say B. Charver says, I heard that too. Yeah, Lady D, I understand that. It's not a declared language, but guess who? The liberals are like, oh no, we got all these people. You know what? All these Hispanics that are here that come here legally get free lessons in English. Free from community centers all across the land. And they do them in the evening, they do them in the daytime. They can just go there with other people that speak Spanish and learn English to help them assimilate. Do you think the illegals are doing it? Oh, hell no. Oh, they had a protest here. I had to laugh. They had an immigration protest here in this town. I think 15 people showed up. Yeah. Well, I have to say, at least it was a little bit bigger than the Black Lives Matter one when they tried doing that. I was doing a live stream, and I had one guy go on there and freaking start shit, and it just happened to be by the park that I live by. So I told him I'd go meet him, and I went over there, and they freaking were gone. He knew better than freaking try to start shit. Yep, exactly, Papa Two Bear, about that money. I'll put that up there and let everybody read it if they didn't read it in chat. But exactly. And I love it because the cancellation of the DEI system, one of the things that Dolge found was they're sending money to, I forgot, some DEI freaking study in some other country that had nothing to do with helping that country, the people, or anything else. It's something or another. Oh, they want to do DEI studies. And it was a predominantly black country. Why do you need to do studies of DEI in a country that's all African American? Yeah, they found that and they cut that off real quick, and people were throwing a fit about it, mostly liberals. But most of the politicians are complaining now. You realize that all the people that Trump has put in to all these positions, a lot of them, they're not lawyers. They don't have a lawyer's background. They have a business background. They've run companies. They know how to get people to do stuff. And that's what the politicians don't like. And people are going to have to start waking up and realizing we don't need lawyers anymore as politicians. They're a bunch of crooks. Look how much they freaking screwed up this country.
Yep.
Do you think everybody that represented our country when we became a country were all lawyers? No. Hell, some were farmers. They taught themselves to read or got a fifth grade education and continued reading. They weren't all lawyers. They didn't know the law. And the politicians, when you start taking them out, it's like, oh, well, to make laws, you got to be able to understand the laws. And they don't write the laws for the common person to understand. They try to confuse you so they can freaking steal your money. Yep, Lady D. I really hate to say it. Like I said, the 14th Amendment was originally for the African American freeing that were slaves. So I don't see no African American in this country, just like I don't see no woman having the same rights as everybody else. You know, not being African American myself, I can't say everything's covered. There might be something I'm missing, and I'm willing to take the fault and learn from it. But last time I looked, every time I go vote, the black person's there voting with me. You know,
Hey
they
Melvita,
can
how
get a
you doing?
job.
How's, hey Melvita, how you doing? Is your granddaughter doing better? I've been praying for her every day.
Hey, Melvetta. Good morning. But like any nationality, there's good and there's bad in all of them. And I had to laugh when they were freaking trying to protect the illegals by saying, not all of them are bad. There's just a small amount. Well, what were you doing to the police? There's only a small amount of bad cops until we can find them, weed them out. You want to get rid of all of them. You want to defund the whole freaking thing. Yeah, shut up. We're using what you're freaking doing. And they don't like it. So maybe they're finally realizing they ain't smart enough to be talking. If freaking trying to run stuff because they don't really know. Some of them just got to kick back like B Charming does, pop open a nice cold long freaking 16-ounce bottle of freaking Mountain Dew and just take a chill. There's a lot of people that don't think about things before they start talking about them. Oh yeah, a lot of them are politicians. I like seeing the clips. That's why I watch Sky News because they like freaking getting the clips of the stupidity from the politicians, and most of them are all liberals. Yeah, I as many police to include. My mom was you know, a sheriff, deputy sheriff here in Texas in Bexar County. And she had no problems being a female, working as a sheriff, and all that other stuff. She can handle her own when she was living. And she never told me they had one bad cop there. And all the cops that I knew from barbecues or running into them, they stopped me when I'm walking home late at night from work because I didn't drive at the time or didn't have a car. So I was saving up for one. They'd always stop you. You're walking. Funny part was I'd wear a freaking HEB uniform when we had uniforms back then. And yeah, they'd still stop me. And they know darn well where the HEB was and where I'm walking to. And they knew who I was once they stopped me because of my mom. But they still harassed me, but I didn't take it as a bad thing, because I knew they were freaking doing it, trying to get information. They got a report. Yeah, we ran into your son. He was doing this. Hey, he's walking home from work, you motherfucker. That's what my mom would tell him. Excuse my French again, but.
That's fantastic, Melvita, that she's getting better. And still, you need prayers for your mother-in-law, Joan. Yeah, I'll add her to my list.
Yeah, we'll definitely add her to the group list there, Malvita. Dementia is a terrible thing to have to go through. My mom went through it, and yeah, it's heart wrenching. But as long as she's not in pain and she finds a way to handle um, the uncertainty. The hardest part that I've noticed, especially with my mom and the others I've dealt with, is they don't understand why their brain they can't remember, and their brain's like working against them. Well, I mean, it's almost the same thing as your body. I really think it's a lack of vitamins, nutrients, or certain things in your body that breaks it down, and it just gets to that point. But I'm no medical professional. You got to get with a professional to ask them. But some of those professionals even don't even know either. But I know one thing that I tried every time I saw my mom to do was crossword puzzles. That really helped her. It made her zone in and try to figure out the smallest little problem. So I mean, if you're the beginning stages of dementia, trying to prevent it, you think you might have it, start doing crossword puzzles. Or not crossword puzzles, just regular puzzles, putting them together. Yep, the chemicals are in your body. Yep. But the thing that protects you would be all the vitamins, and you keep a balance. And a lot of people they never get blood tests done to find out what is my body lacking as far as nutrition, as far as vitamins and minerals. Because there's certain things, and then it's too late by the time they find out.
There's also something. It's called black pepper. It's delicious, and they don't tell you that it has so many antioxidants in it. It is so good for you.
Hot peppers? Yeah, I believe it. No, I'm just joking. I know you said black peppers.
Okay, cayenne pepper is it's that stuff is really good too if you can take the spiciness, because I understand some people don't like the spicy stuff when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, black
Yeah,
pepper, cayenne pepper, those are both really good.
but I mean, like I said, we're not medical professionals. Seek your doctor or a medical professional, and if anything doesn't sound right or they seem like they're blowing you off, that's where you get a blood test to freaking find out about see what your nutrients or vitamins your body is lacking. You'd be surprised. Almost everybody is lacking something. For the longest time, they said osteoporosis was only for females, so lacking vitamin D. You know, well, there's a lot of foods, of fruits and vegetables you could eat that gives you vitamin D. You know, well, what else are you lacking? Like growing up, I don't remember when as a kid, I grew up on Flintstone vitamins. I really hate to say it, you know, because that ages me. But you know what? During that time frame, I was taking the Flintstone vitamins until they started getting really chalky and really. And then they came out with the gummies, and I still haven't had a gummy. But nobody ever had a freaking problem. You didn't hear about dementia or Alzheimer's back then. So B could probably have a possibility that everybody needs to do their own research, talk to a medical professional, all these chemicals they put in your body.
Like
Maybe
since
the nutrients
way
you have in
back,
your body are attaching to it and not using it the right way, so your body's lacking them.
it's like remember way back in the day in the 20s and even earlier than that, that nobody was allergic to anything. Remember that?
Yeah. The only bit of advice I never agreed with, and I hated as a kid, but I'll eat them now as an adult, even though they're kind of useless. You know how you have to eat your vegetables before you can leave the table?
Yep.
Yeah, my mom always, and she got it from her mom, because my grandmother would do that when I go stay with her too. Eat your peas. Well, peas have no really traditional value except for filling up your stomach. And I used to hate peas. I mean, I would eat cooked carrots. I would eat freaking broccoli, and stuff like that. But I didn't like peas. It wasn't the texture thing. It just felt like there's possibly no nutrition in this little pea pod.
Lady D says I'm the first person she saw who put some black pepper on bread.
Ooh, yeah, add a little butter and then some black pepper to make sure it sticks. And yeah, the only
Lady
reason I
D,
put it on butter is because I hate when I put too much pepper and then it gets stuck in my throat. You get the dry feeling. Uh,
Lady D, the thing is, back in the day, I used to be really bad with salt. I used to, excuse me, I used to put salt on everything and not black pepper. Now I'll very rarely use table salt on anything. I'll put a little sprinkle on my tater tots or potato salad. Other than that, I just use pepper. I use a bunch of pepper on everything. And you got to realize too, most of the foods you have already have so much sodium in them to begin with.
yeah, exactly. But nowadays, I don't know what's up though because grocery store you can buy some stuff, and within like 2 days it's already going bad at home. You didn't even have time. You're trying to plan for the week to cook, and some of the food you're buying is not even lasting 2 days before it starts going bad.
Yeah,
I was like, that never happened before. That doesn't happen when you break your own bread at home or do your own tortillas and stuff. But when you get it from the store, oh yeah, you got a couple of days, you got to rush to do it. Ain't no Taco Tuesday now. We got to have it on Monday because we just bought it on Sunday. The tortillas are gonna freaking be moldy by Tuesday, so Taco Monday.
well, that's like that bread I got a few weeks ago. It was I think it was this. It was a soda bread. I think soda bread that lasted maybe a day and a half, and the rest of it just went all bad. I'm like, what the heck is this?
Yeah. One thing I do really want to see. Well, I'm doing research on it, so I want to study collagen a little bit more. So I'm really thinking about adding collagen to my daily water intake and go from there.
Another good thing you can all use is bone broth. You can buy it in the stores or make your own. You have to look up videos because it's complex to do it, but that's like one of the best things you can drink.
Yeah, I'll show you how to do that. B, a 5 pound bag. You're feeding two, you and your hubby. It'll be easier than just for me. I'm always trying to find the 2 pound bag. Every once in a while, I have to go to Aldi just to get it. But first day in the morning, plan 2 days out of the week to chop up some potatoes, fry them. You can make them into hash browns if you want, but chop them up little squares, add some chorizo or egg, and make some breakfast tacos. Yeah, that should kill about 2 potatoes there if you're cooking for 2 people. We're talking the big russet ones. Um, have baked potatoes for either lunch or dinner. That'll kill at least 2 more potatoes there, depending on the size of them. Yeah, make some mashed potatoes. That's always good. And that'll kill about half the bag's already gone. Yeah, and then you got to figure out what you're going to do with the rest of the bag. Yeah. That should cover at least 2 days, maybe 3 days of your potatoes there.
You
So,
can also you can make them into French fries, and you can freeze them, and then you know unthaw them, and then have them as French fries and season them up, and that if you like to do that, or make them into steak fries.
hmm
Or you could, oh, here's something to do. I don't know if you know how to make homemade El Gratin potatoes. That's kind of a hard recipe to do, but that'd be something else. You do that, you bake that.
so if you actually watch, more and more mainstream media is starting to show food porn. And
Oh,
what they show today goes in line with the blueberry muffins Lady D was talking about. They showed a big giant stack, and there was like 10 of these in, you know, stacked atop each other, blueberry pancakes. And that's one thing I always bought at Sam's Club. They sell those big packs of muffins. You'd have the apple muffins, the blueberry muffins, and I can't remember the other ones, but they'd have the individual wrap ones in there. B-Charge says, I don't watch porn. No, this is food porn. They give you the recipes and the pictures. How to make blueberry muffins. Some of you don't know how to make blueberry muffins. I'll give you a
Ziva's,
hint. Just make regular pancakes and add blueberries to it before you throw it down to cook it.
Ziva's mom, what kind of potatoes twice a month? Was it the El Gratin ones? I know how to make a good cranberry muffin because I don't really like blueberries that much. I love cranberries.
Cranberries I like individually, and I'll even go as far as I'll drink ocean spray cranberry juice every once in a while, but not too often because I have to water it down. It's still too sweet for me, but yeah. Yeah, it's the poppy. Yeah, the lemon poppy muffins are the third one that's in there with the packages that I buy. But I haven't been to Sam's Club for a long time, and I'm not going to buy the individual ones they sell at the store because they're like $3 for one muffin. I'm like, screw that.
Is it just a regular sized muffin?
Yeah,
Oh my god!
yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's I know why it's gone up because they use eggs for the recipes. Three
Oh,
bucks for
but
one muffin. Holy crap!
yeah. Well, now I love blueberry muffins when they're nice and warm, but I'm like you, Lady D. Chocolate muffin. Yep, anytime. Doesn't even have to be warm, but the warm ones are a lot better. Yeah. Hey, Goomba Gary, how you doing? Yeah, I've been. Depending on how long you haven't seen me, I was taking care of a family emergency for a couple of weeks there. Hard to stream when you're traveling to another city and all that. And then, of course, I got sick and had some other issues and the medical appointments and everything. So I'm back, but I still got appointments, so I'm trying to work in between them to do my streams. Hold on. B. Travis says, I have a busy afternoon. Got to feed the bees, have pork chops to back seal, have 40 pounds of ground beef to turn into meatballs, meatloaves, Salisbury steaks, back seal it all into the freezers. Woohoo! Wish you lived closer. I'd help you out. Always sit there and drink some Mountain Dew. And, well, good to see you too, Goomba. Welcome. Yeah, some muffins, I'll put some butter on them on top, and then I'll purposely put them back in the oven just to warm them up a little and make the top crispy. Yeah, I'll definitely show up when you make the meatloaf and the Salisbury steaks. There, be. I don't know about the meatballs. I have to make my own because I bought some meatballs, and the worst tasting meatballs I ever bought from a grocery store, and never will buy them again, are the Italian meatballs. I won't say the brand, but they said Italian. It's like, oh yeah, I'll make it spaghetti. I'll go ahead and do it. They didn't even taste Italian. They said there was basil in the meatballs, and there was no basil in it. I'm like, kind of
Yeah,
ruined the whole spaghetti dinner.
some of those store bought meatballs are disgusting. Like I'd rather have dog food than eat them. That's how bad some of those are.
Yeah. I probably call and try to order just the meatballs from Olive Garden. Yeah, I just want to order meatballs. I'll be there to pick up. 'Cause theirs aren't too bad, and they're a whole lot bigger than the small ones they sell in the packages. So, yeah, the venison ones are awesome. Oh yeah, but you can't find them store bought. I'm gonna have to ask that at my processing center when they process deer if they ever make meatballs out of it. If they do, I might turn around and buy some from them. That way I can freeze them. But yeah. So what are you gonna do the rest of the day there, Mike?
Yeah. After we cut the stream, I gotta go make that video because I'm dreading it. I do not want to go outside, but I'll make a quick video to show you guys how icy it is outside. It's awful, and then yeah,
Hey, you
and
could
then
do it before and after. Before the storm and after the storm, since you're getting more snow tonight.
yeah, I can do another one in the morning too, and then yeah, so and then I'll just probably be doing my normal stuff around here because I got nothing else to really do until tomorrow morning, and then I gotta go out and do stuff. How about you? What are you doing?
I am going to go outside and actually work on my yard since it's going to be 90 degrees. Of course, I'm taking a couple of bottles of water with me, so I hydrate. 'Cause I don't want to pass out and then Mike say, I told you so. Because, you have been briefing us on hydrating. So
That's
cold or
very
hot.
important.
Yeah. So, and then I'm going to come in and I'll probably have, I got to, maybe I'll make some of that spicy chicken stuff I have. Maybe I'll make it into like a pot pie. Since it's already cooked, I just got to make the crust, fill it, and then do the topping and put it, bake it. And I think so. That might help me kill some of that container before I freeze it.
I look forward to the videos you're gonna post, Lady D. I look forward to them. I'll keep an eye out for them.
Stay tuned and watch for Lady Dagger status videos. Will she be showing us a video of her walking in the snow, going to the store to go shopping? Or did she shop already and she's just been chilling, not frilling on making videos? Stay tuned and find out. Oh, you got the freezers on solar. That's smart. I thought you had your whole house on solar, but I like to start off with my detached garage on solar. If I can get that working, then maybe I'll consider doing the house next. If I get my power needs met with my, detached garage, then yeah.
Lady D, what time's the snow supposed to start? It's not supposed to start here until later on this evening.
I don't know. I think that would be a great video. Her walking in the snow and it's downpouring, and she's like, oh, after 6. Oh, yeah, you're definitely going to be home before 6. So
No,
don't lay your head down and take a nap, not even for 5 minutes, because that'll end up being a 3-hour freaking nap.
oh
So,
god, you know how many times I've done that? I lie down for 15 minutes and wake up, and it's like 5 hours later.
Lady D says, words of advice, I love walking in the blizzard. Yeah, I want to talk to the hubby because I guarantee the hubby's like, she's always telling me when it's bad weather to take the trash out. She won't go outside to take the trash. No, not really. I don't know. I'm just assuming. And I shouldn't assume because I love Lady D, just like I love B. But, I pick on you because I love you. I
Look,
usually have
we're
to
getting
be.
ready to cut it. You all have a wonderful. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that it's still the weekend. Have a great rest of your weekend. Not counting today. Only 4 days until Friday. Stay safe. Stay warm. Stay hydrated. Please drink your water. It's very important. And God bless every single one of you.
Man, your poor son. You got him doing trash, cat litter. Man, your husband's living like a king. He'd make a blueberry muffins. Damn. All right. Well, we love you. You're the best chat in the world. Thanks for hanging out with us. Uh, I will post the schedule hopefully tonight on when I'm going to be going live, when I can't. And if it says close, no show or whatever, it's medical appointments I got. So, but it'll be on the community page tonight, and try to enjoy your National Tater Tot Day. Grab some tater tots today. Nothing better than tater tots with a Dr. Pepper or Mountain Dew, depending on what part of the country you live in. And thanks for being the best chat in the world. We love you. And don't forget, tell your loved ones you love them. Because you know what's going to happen in 5 minutes or 24 hours. Your loved one can be taken out the trash and get caught in a blizzard. The next thing you know, you find them needing to be thawed out in the morning. That wouldn't be good. Wear your hats. All your heat leaves top of your heads. Don't believe me? Ask B Charmin. She'll tell you. She verified it yesterday. Yep. Well, thank you, Mike, for being here.
Not a problem. Glad to be here and hang out with all you fine folks.
Yeah. And Lady's going to make the chicken cutlet sandwiches for dinner, possibly. Hmm. All right. Well, it's just going to be a normal ending. I'm going to play the video and then we're out of here because I got no jokes. So, because it's going to be hot and I got to prep my mind for me sweating as soon as I walk out the door. All right. Y'all
Yeah.
have a blessed one. Love you, and I'll see you next time. Thanks again, Mike. Love you, brother.
Love you too, brother.
Yeah. Love you, chat. Have a good one. Chelsea's.